Never ridden one of our awesome electric bikes? Come to BTC and take a free test ride. You'll love it as you zip all around town for just $10 an hour. The BTC, it's your one-stop fun spot. Welcome to Cochise Talk, your Cochise County connection. We've got everybody talking. Here's your host, Heather Lynn Andrews.
I'm here with Rachel Hudson. She is the outreach coordinator of Local First Arizona and also the social media coordinator for the Bisbee Department of Tourism. Welcome, Rachel.
Thanks.
Great to have you. So you lived in Georgia before coming to Bisbee. How did you get to Bisbee? Why Bisbee from Georgia?
I really just wanted to move out west. I'd lived on the East Coast my whole life, and so I started looking for jobs and didn't know what I wanted to do, so I didn't want a long-term commitment. And then I found AmeriCorps and saw there was the positions in Arizona, and there was one in Bisbee, and I just applied for it, and then I got it, and then I moved.
Well, congratulations. So you graduated from the University of Georgia, correct? You graduated with political science?
Yeah.
Awesome. So, and how has that helped in what you're doing now?
Mostly just, I don't know, like the way I process things and evaluate them. Going through legal theory and things like that has you look at both sides of any sort of issue and work through it in a different way.
Nice.
So it's helped in that way. Beyond that,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to Bisbee.
Thank you.
You've been here for about a year, right?
Moved here last August.
Fabulous. Good. So you work with Local First, and I understand there's actually quite a few things that you guys are working on that you mentioned. Tell us about some of the stuff that you guys are doing.
Yeah, so I have a mixer coming up. We do mixers every 2 to 3 months in order to try and encourage collaboration between businesses. We really want business-to-business sourcing, try and keep it in the community, and then just to kind of talk about some of our events and get some of the business community participating and kind of just connecting with each other. We've got one coming up November 8th, and that's at Bathtub Coffee at 6 p.m.
Okay.
I do Mythbusters every month. I took a little bit of a break from them because we had some things going on, and those just try and show that a lot of the time shopping locally isn't more expensive. It actually is cost effective to keep your money in the community, and it recirculates 4 times the amount than it does at a chain. So I've done B&D versus Lowe's in Sierra Vista. I just did Circle K versus Dillon's, or not Dillon's, I'm sorry, Bisbee Beverage, Liquors, and Sky Island Fuel. And I've done office supply. I've done a few different ones, and it's always cheaper to shop locally.
Fabulous.
I hosted a Be Local block party in September. That was on Subway Street, and that was really just encouraging people to shop locally, donate locally, bank locally. And then we had some breweries there, or we had Tombstone Brewery and Borderlands Brewery donated some beer, and we had the Whiskey Liquors playing, and we saw probably about 200 people that day.
Fabulous.
Just trying to get people to think more locally about every purchase, whether you're donating, where you're putting your money, where you're investing it, etc.
So you said this mixer is going to be, where is it at on the 8th?
Bathtub Coffee, that's 31 Subway Street.
Okay, that's the new one, right? Okay.
Yeah, and that's the 8th.
Okay.
And that is kind of to try and launch this holiday shopping passport I'll be doing.
Okay.
So what that is we have 24 participating businesses in Bisbee. You get a passport, and then whenever you spend money in a store, 5 stores or $150, you're entered into a raffle.
Okay.
And our raffle, we're raffling off gift cards from all of the different businesses that are participating, and the grand prize is a tour throughout Cochise County.
Oh,
so
wow.
you get hotel
Okay.
stays, restaurants, things like that, and the Cochise County Tourism Council is sponsoring the grand prize.
Perfect. So, and that is, what is that one called?
The holiday shopping passport.
So where do they go? Do they have to get a certain card that they go and pick that? And where do they go and do that?
It's our passport, so that launches Black Friday, Friday, November 24th, or 23rd, I'm sorry, and that lasts until January 1st. And then we're going to have the follow-up mixer January 10th to do all the prizes for raffles.
Okay.
I can talk a little bit more about that later.
Okay.
But you pick up the cards from either the Department of Tourism, any of the participating businesses, the Visitor Information Office by the museum, We also have them at the Sierra Vista Visitor Center and the Tucson office, or the Local First office in Tucson.
Oh, perfect. So wherever you could get them in Tucson, but then the places that you would shop is right here in Bisbee.
It's all local businesses in Bisbee.
And that's keeping it, part of your keeping it shopping local and that type of thing.
And we're
Perfect.
trying to spread it to some other communities to get more people to come here and spend money.
Perfect. Okay. So the businesses that are participating, are they all in Old Bisbee?
Yeah, well, one, so the Sky Island, or the Bisbee Beverage Liquors and Sky Island Fuel.
Okay.
They're in San Jose.
Okay. Perfect.
I've reached out to a few businesses in San Jose and Warren, and they just couldn't participate this year.
Okay. Okay.
But,
Good.
yeah, so.
And then what else do you guys have going on?
That's pretty much what we're working on right now. The
Okay.
holiday shopping passport's taking up a lot of time planning the mixers and
Sure.
the launch parties and all that. I did a similar buy local campaign in July called Independence Week, and that just offers you 20% off the participating stores if you bring in a golden coupon, and that kind of helps track revenue as well. I think we saw about $5,000
Great.
in revenue from that one.
Great.
The holiday shopping passport in the past created $17,000 in revenue for Verde Valley to the businesses and $30,000 in Flagstaff.
Wow,
So,
that's awesome. That
hoping
is
to see
great.
Some similar results here.
So here's a question for you. You're 23. How in heaven's name has this all, what has inspired you to really go out and promote the keeping it local?
I believe in the mission. I think really what happens is once that veil is lifted and you realize that when you spend your money with corporations and with Amazon, it's a direct impact where money is leaving your community, the quality of life is reduced, the downtown leaves, which really gives you that authentic experience, and you resonate with that more. You resonate with that mission and that
Right.
desire to help your community
Right.
and help keep the money there and
Right.
build up the businesses and people that are in it.
That's amazing for you being so young. Well, compared to me, she's young, but you being so young and just having that knowledge and being able to go out there and talk about it and just do something about it. It's really commendable. That's awesome. You mentioned something about the AmeriCorps VISTA member. What is that?
So AmeriCorps VISTA is separate from regular AmeriCorps. It is kind of more of it's capacity building. So
Okay.
you're not doing direct service where at AmeriCorps you're just doing different things, like teaching classes or clearing fields. It's direct service, it's hands-on. VISTA is indirect service, so
Okay.
it's all about creating the capacity and sustainability for once you leave that community, because it's only a 3-year position that's
Okay.
allowed to be here. Once you leave that community, there are systems in place that will continue on without your presence.
Okay, so and that's how you've kind of gotten into the local first, was through the AmeriCorps?
So
Okay.
Local First pays, it's a $9,500 fee that gets
Okay.
paid to Alliance of Arizona Nonprofits, because
Okay.
we're all kind of umbrellaed under that. They run the program, and then I
Fabulous.
get paid my stipend through a grant through the AmeriCorps program.
Oh, that's great. Okay.
So it's a volunteer program. You're meant to live under the poverty line, so we get about $4 an hour, a little bit less.
Really?
It's 40 hours a week.
Really?
so-
Well, that's really commendable. I think that's awesome. That's awesome. So your role in Local First Arizona, you take a close look at Bisbee and their shopping local and that type of thing. What are your thoughts on that? And because I know you have gone to the council, what are your thoughts on Bisbeeites, so to say, shopping local and moving forward?
Well, with the surveys that we conducted, iBisbee hired us, Local First. It was Kimber Lanning, our executive
Okay.
director, and Carol Lee Cox, who works for an economic development council
Okay.
in Arizona. And they conducted surveys and found that one of the biggest problems is economic leakage, and that's through shopping in chains in
Sure.
Sierra Vista or shopping online. And a lot of the times from the community members that we've heard from say that what they need isn't here. You can't get underwear or socks, or you can't find just certain things that you need.
Sure.
And so they travel to Sierra Vista.
Sure.
And then once you're in Sierra Vista, you're already there,
Right.
so hit the other stores.
Right, right.
And some people haven't even been to Old Bisbee or gone downtown to look at the stores in years. And it's because they don't think it's changed, they think it's things that they don't need. Personally, I find everything I need in Bisbee. if I had a kid, it'd be different because it's really hard to find children's clothing or baby supplies.
Right.
But so far, I have been able to. And I think it's just kind of trying to show people that there are options. You just have to look sometimes.
Sure.
And even where you buy your office supplies matters. Maybe don't go to Staples. Try and go to Bisbee Office Supply. If they don't have it, go to VISTA. They're an Arizona company.
Right.
It's just little changes that you don't really think of because it's such a habit of going to these same places.
Right.
That just shifting that a little bit, even 10%, would really impact the community.
And I think it's a lifestyle thing. You know, once you get into that lifestyle habit, it's hard to break it.
Yeah.
But you are showing that it can definitely be done. So, plans for upcoming year?
I'm really just trying to hopefully get more members on board and get to a point where these campaigns we run to promote shopping locally can continue on. So I signed on for my second year, and that ends in August.
Fabulous.
And we're shifting into a new rural system that I could talk a little bit about. I just found this out this past week. So I'm not sure how that will continue, but...
Well, talk about it. We want to know.
Okay. So in rural, from now on, Local First won't be placing a direct VISTA. They want to work with the community so that there is a system in place so that it can be sustained beyond a single term or a single person. So giving all of the communities these resources to build from and to build on. And so they have them. They don't have to rely on Local First. They can do it. But we're still working on all of the logistics, trying to find that out and figure that out. So it's really just getting to a place where there is Local First presence and people are a part of it. And we also will still continue working with Bisbee. It just won't, it might not be a VISTA here. It'll look a different way. So really just getting everything in place to where when another person does come on or however we plan to handle that transition, everything's already there, so it won't be difficult.
Fantastic. That's great. That's great.
So that's the goal.
That's the gist of it. Well, I appreciate you coming on and talking to us. I think what you're doing is a fabulous thing, and I think more people need to take some hints from Rachel Hudson. She kind of knows what she's talking about. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today.
With Pace Avenue Takeout, you don't have to shop, cook, or clean up. Just enjoy the world's best comfort food, prepared by international chef Ginger Ryan, specially for her friends and neighbors in Bisbee. Pace Avenue Takeout, and now free delivery, bigger than most appetites for just $9. At the end of the day, Pace Avenue is perfect.
It's so nice to have supper there waiting for you.
Good food, reasonable prices, prepared on time every day. Minimal work for us.